Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a detailed review on this Black & Decker 12 pot coffee maker. It's a little bit older model, but it's just a very good model. I found this one. I did another review. This thing was completely dirty. Had coffee stains everywhere, hard water stains. The burner was in pretty bad shape. It still is, but everything actually works. So now I'm going to do a detailed review. On that previous video, I ran a bunch of vinegar through to clean the heating element. So this thing I think is going to act really nice now. So it's got your standard 12 pot coffee maker, and of course it's got your time you're gonna have to set. You just walk up to it, hit the hour meter and the minute meter. So these things are always live, so if you ever accidentally hit them, it will change the time. Now the program mode, when you hit the program button, the display changes to what time do you want the program to start. It only has a PM light. It doesn't have an AM light. So as long as the PM light's not lit, you're an AM. So we want it to start at 5 a.m. And if I wait just a second here, it's going to revert back to time. Okay, so there's the current time. Now I have to do one more step. If I want to make sure this will start in delayed program start, I got to hit this auto button. And what that's going to do is that's going to turn that little light on there. That tells me that this thing will start at whenever I had it programmed. Now if I hit it again, it turns it off. But if I hit it again and hold it, it tells me it's going to start at 5 a.m. I let up, and the light is still on. So now I know this thing's going to start. And the on-off button is if I want to just brew a pot of coffee now, which I'm going to show you, we're going to hit the on button. We're going to start the process. That'll turn the burner on and start boiling the water. So again, this coffee pot, it's got your standard design. You put the water back here. It's got this basket that it's got a little carrying handle you can take out over to the trash can, throw away the filter. It's got that little valve on the bottom that's become standard now. It lets you take the pot of coffee out while it's still brewing. It's called pause brewing. And then here's the coffee pot itself. So I've been playing around with this, and I don't know why, but these just don't pour the best. Because I've been using it to add the water to the back, and it just makes a mess every time. So might be something I'm doing, but maybe not. So again, you're not going to want to have this lid open because that's where the hot steam is going to come out when you're brewing a pot. So let's get started. Okay, so the coffee maker instructions say it takes 1 tablespoon for every cup. This is a 12 cup coffee maker, so that equates to about 3/4 of a cup. Takes the standard filters, 8 to 10, 12 cup filters. You're just going to put the filter in there like that. Then you're going to dump your coffee in. We're going to leave the lid open for now. Don't turn this on yet, because that'll start the heater down in there. And I've found that if you start that heater up and then you pour water in here, it kind of splashes up at you a little bit. So leave it off for now. We're going to dump the water in. Okay, so now we're going to pour the water in the back. Seems like if you get it going too fast, then it kind of drips down the side of the... So see, it does make just a little bit of a mess. So you can't overfill these. It's got these little holes in the back that'll prevent water from going in, prevent you from putting too much water in. So you're going to put that underneath. That's gonna push that down when the lid closes. Make sure you snap the lid, and we're going to turn it on. And then I'm going to time this. Okay, so it's got this nice sight glass on the side. It's kind of angled out towards the front, you can see. The coffee pot is not extremely loud, but it's just got that standard percolator where it's going to take probably every bit of 10 minutes. But I'm going to time it. I don't recommend lifting this lid, but I just want to show you what's going on in there. Okay, so we're right about the 4-minute mark, and this is pretty standard. It's right at the 4-cup mark. So I want to show you that brewing pause. So if I take this out, it does drip a little bit, but that plunger there stops the brewing from coming out. Now you have to get the coffee pot back in there within 30 seconds. But I could get a cup of coffee right now if I wanted to. Then when I put it back in, it starts again. So it does make a mess on the burner, but it is an option for you to do that. Another thing I want to point out to you, so when I turn this on to start my pot of coffee, I would have to hit this off again to turn the burner off, but the burner will turn off after 2 hours. So if you do forget and leave this on, leave the house, the burner and everything does shut off after 2 hours. Okay, I just want to kind of show you what's going on in there. Yeah, so the coffee grounds are getting really saturated, and that basket's really filling up with a lot of water. Okay, so we're at the 8-minute mark, and it's on the just above the 8-cup mark. Okay, so we're at the 10-minute, or actually 9-minute mark, but 10-cup. It does start to make a little more noise as it's getting closer to the end, and there is some steam coming around here. The lid does get extremely hot, so be careful with the lid and steam coming out around it. So we're right at the 11-minute mark. It's at the 11-cup mark. You're never going to get 12 cups out of it because it just loses a little bit of water in the process. But you can see there's just steam coming out now, and the grounds are pretty well saturated, and the water's drained out of the basket. Okay, so 11, it's almost 12 minutes, and it's pretty much all done. It stopped dripping. You can get a pot of coffee out now. It's got a really nice handle, but these things are tricky to pour. You don't want to pour them too fast or too slow, and then it'll start leaking down the side. So I'm going to try to get this one just right. That's just right. No faster. Okay, so if you take your time with these coffee pots, they actually don't make a mess. But it seems like if you get in a little bit of hurry and try to pour too much or not enough, then it just kind of runs down the side and makes a lot of mess. We're going to check the temperature. Yep, that's about standard, 165. So this thing's maybe about 8 years old. It was kind of in rough shape. I got check out my other video. This thing had coffee stains all over it. I completely cleaned it with a special solution from Amazon. And so if you can find one of these used, I would get it. They're kind of a really good coffee maker, and the coffee tastes really good. So again, this is Just a Dad. I wanted to show you. We will show you. So you are going to want to clean it. There's the coffee grounds when you're done. They come up the filter basket a little bit, but nothing gets outside the filter basket. Looks like they're pretty well saturated too. Yeah, so the coffee grounds, yeah, looks pretty good. And then you're just going to lift this up and take this over to the trash can and dump it out. Okay, so here's what you're going to clean. The filter basket, you can throw this in the top shelf of the dishwasher. There's that little plunger I was telling you about. This you can throw in the dishwasher. You can get your hand in here and kind of really clean it. And it's got this lid that snaps on and off really easy. So this is made very well. Okay, so again, this is Just a Dad. This is a quick video on a pretty reliable coffee maker. If you can find one of these, I would buy it. And the coffee tastes really good out of it. So if you could please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.